it's Dr. Joe. Welcome to episode 3 of Bring On 60, my weekly show that follows me along my journey to getting into some of the best shape of my life by my 60th birthday this year. So this week's episode, I'm going to focus more on nutrition. I'm going to share with you my food intake for the day. We're still going to do a weigh-in and a physique update later. So this morning I'm heading to the gym in a little while. My breakfast, I have a grapefruit. I'm having a bowl of oatmeal. I'm at the point where I don't measure anything anymore. I eyeball my oatmeal, just a bowl of oatmeal. I'm gonna throw in some blueberries, a banana, and then what I do is I'm just gonna put in a tablespoon of peanut butter, and that is breakfast for this morning. The peanut butter really gives a good flavor to the oatmeal along with the banana and the blueberries. It's really delicious if you've never tried that. Grapefruit is awesome for you. So I'm gonna eat my breakfast. I'm gonna put together a smoothie that I'm gonna take with me to the gym, and then we'll catch up with you then. So I had my breakfast. Before I head out the door, I'm just putting together a smoothie that I'm taking with me to the gym. So I just throw whatever I have around into it most of the time, any types of fruits, vegetables. So I chopped up some pieces of pear. I'm gonna throw some pear in there. I throw a little celery into the mix. I like just mixing it up instead of juicing, where you lose a lot of the nutrition. So I just like to just take the whole foods and just put it into this blender here. Actually, maybe I'll use a couple carrots. Get some spinach, stick that all in there. There we go. Gotta get some good fats. I'm gonna put some walnuts in. I'm at the point, like I said, just like same with breakfast. I'm not measuring anything. I just take a couple handfuls of walnuts. And then I'm gonna just put a little cacao powder, good source of magnesium and iron. I'm just gonna pour a little bit of that in there. Also gives it a good flavor too. All right, just gonna throw a little water in it. Okay, blend it all up. And we'll be good to go. Just making a quick stop before heading to the gym. Gonna go to my barber Rocco. I need a haircut. Okay, so on the way to the gym, made my pit stop at my barber's. How's the hair look? Got a haircut. Yeah, it's funny. My barber Rocco, he's around my age, and a lot of times we get into a lot of health and fitness conversations, and we're talking a lot today. And he made a good point that most people, I think, they just don't know what to do to get healthier, like to improve on their health. And it's true, and one of the last things I was saying to him as I was leaving, I was like, that's why, the main thing is to just try to just constantly try to make changes for the better, like every day, just try to eat a little bit better, try to take care of yourself a little bit better. You can't do it all in one day. And that was a good point he made, that a lot of times people don't know what to do, and that's one of the reasons I do this show, this Bring On 60 show every week, is to just try to help provide some of that information to people, like what you can do to take care of yourself. And if you just learn a little something every day and implement a little something every day to improve your health, that's the, like people always say, progress, not perfection. I'm still, every day I'm learning. Every day I make small changes. I'm constantly trying to improve and take better care of myself. And I've been doing this a long time. So just always try. That's all you can do, is just every day try to work on it. So, all right. So I'm on my way to the gym. And as I mentioned earlier, today's video is focusing on nutrition, food intake. And had a great breakfast. Feel great. Workouts this week have been going awesome. Been really switching gears lately into trying to, just lift more, heavier, trying to build up a little bit, I guess you could say. A little heavier weights, trying to push it a little bit more. I've been feeling great. I know we've talked about, you know, body weight training, and I do both, and I love both. And but sometimes I switch gears. Sometimes I do more of a combination of both. Recently, I've been just enjoying myself in the gym, and sometimes you just go with what you're enjoying, you know. And right now, I've been just enjoying pushing a little extra weight, you know, trying to go a little heavier and all that. But today's episode, nutrition. So, as many of you know from watching my YouTube channel, or if you caught episode 1 of Bring On 60, you know that I'm 100% plant-based. And I've said it before, don't judge me and I won't judge you, you know. It works for me. I feel great. It works for me physically, and I don't know what you want to say, if it works for me emotionally or spiritually. I don't know. I just everything about it just makes me feel great. So that's, you know, like I said, if you're good with what you're doing, I should say that, you know, I do feel that, you know, if you're interested in doing plant-based, then my advice to you is to just try to slowly just incorporate more plant-based eating into your diet every week. You know, pick up some good plant-based cookbooks, some just good plant-based books, and slowly try to, if you're interested in doing plant-based dieting, just slowly implement a little more plant-based meals. And at some point, I mean, if you don't feel like it's working for you, you don't have to be 100% plant-based. I mean, look at the Mediterranean diet, one of the healthiest diets in the world. There is still some meat in a Mediterranean diet. However, it is mostly plant-based, and it's a very healthy way to eat. There's been documentaries on it. There's been research studies on it. For longevity, it's a great way to eat, and that's not 100% plant-based. So I mean, you know, do what works best for you. And if you try to do more plant-based and you feel at a certain point it's not working, then maybe do more of a Mediterranean diet. But it's all about what works best for you. So I'll try to guide you with any along. If you get any questions about plant-based dieting, just write in and let me know. I'll be happy to answer anything I can. A lot of people, you know, ask me all the time, oh, how long have you been plant-based? I mean, I haven't had meat, I think, since about 2011, and then I've been 100% plant-based till, I think, since around 2017. So I've been at it consistently for quite a while now, and like I said, it works well for me. So so we're going to be following the food intake today. Going into workout, I'm still going to do a weigh-in and a physique update today also, as we've been doing every week. So so that's the gist of today's episode, and I hope you find it interesting. And we're going to head into the gym now, so I'll be back at you in a few minutes. Just one last thought. As I was driving, I was thinking of a couple last thoughts I thought I'd just bring up before I get to the gym, is that you know, whether you're eating a plant-based diet or you're not eating a plant-based diet, you know, just being plant-based doesn't make you more healthy if you're eating a crappy plant-based diet, you know, like and one of the main things that I find that's an important aspect of eating healthy, whether you're plant-based or not, is avoiding processed foods. You know, trying to get most of your nutrition from whole foods. I find that that's so important, and it's so much better for you. It's so much better to get the nutrients from the food itself. You know, if you want beta carotene, you know, eat the carrot. Don't take a pill for beta carotene. I've seen studies where they say that when you're just taking the supplement, you don't get the same benefit as when you eat the whole food itself. Same thing with, like, if I want to have fats, you know, get it from the source. Like, as you saw when I was making my smoothie earlier, I put walnuts in there. You know, I put the whole food in for the fat, and doing that is so much better for you from a nutritional standpoint, is trying to eat as much whole foods as you can and stay away from processed foods. I mean, I don't incorporate really any processed foods in my diet. It's you know, like once again, like people, you know, eating plant-based is not healthier if you're eating like all that fake processed like plant-based meat. That's all processed. It's all, foods that's processed is not healthier for you just because it's plant-based. So I just want to get that misconception out that people think that, well, I'm plant-based so I'm healthier, and that's not necessarily true. If you're eating a lousy plant-based diet full of processed foods, and then you're eating, all sorts of sugars and sweets and, I know plant-based people that are overweight. It's like, it's not about just being plant-based, it's about eating healthy. And so if I had some main talking points about eating a healthy diet, one is it's avoiding sweets, avoiding those simple sugars, things that are just, sugars, it's just something that I always avoid. You don't want to be eating in, simple sugars during the course of the day. When I mean simple sugars, I mean like, as a plant-based person, you could have all sorts of plant-based desserts that are loaded with sugars if you wanted to, right? It's just, but I don't consider that healthy. So anyways, avoiding sugars, like, and the other thing is, and I'm not talking about, here's another misconception, sugars from fruit. Fruit's good for you. I know some people like think, fruit's not good, it's too sugary. It's like, no, fruit is healthy for you. I eat fruit. I tend to eat most of my fruit in the earlier part of the day. I don't eat fruit later in the day, but I do eat fruit, and I think fruit's very healthy for you. So I'm not talking about that in terms of sugar. I'm talking about actual sugar. So one thing, and then the other thing is avoiding processed foods as much as you can. Avoid processed foods and try to eat whole foods. Everything, all your nutrition should come from whole foods as much as possible. So anyways, just some food for thought of how to eat healthy, whether, like I said, whether you're on a plant-based diet or any type of diet, is just avoiding processed foods. Okay, just got done training, had a great workout. Going to do the weekly weigh-in and physique update. So this is episode 3. I remember our first episode I was 144.4 pounds. Last week I was 145. Let's see where we're at this week. Wow, 146. I'm not really trying to gain weight. It's kind of funny. I put on a couple pounds. I think the only thing it could be that I can think of is, as I mentioned, even driving over here, I've been having great workouts, and I've just been really into just trying to push a little extra weight the last couple weeks, trying to get a little stronger. I don't know, I've just been having a lot of fun in the gym, and I've put on a couple pounds, or 1.5 pounds, I guess. So anyways, I don't care what the scale says. I'm just kind of doing it for fun, just to kind of do weekly weigh-ins and stuff, see where my weight goes. But physique update, let's get a physique update here. Even though I've lost, I've put on a little weight, I don't feel like I've lost any leanness, I don't feel like I've lost any definition or anything. But let's take a little physique update and see how things look today. Let's see. All right. been kind of fun hitting some poses lately. Been enjoying it, actually. Feels good to squeeze everything, actually, you know, after you work out. All right, it was Physique update for episode 3. Been feeling good, like I said. Workouts are going absolutely great. Gonna continue on today's episode with some more nutrition, where I'm gonna follow what I'm eating today for everyone, so you can see how I eat during the course of the day. And you know, it's funny, we made that drink earlier. Just to get back to the drink I made earlier, what I try to do is, while I'm working out, I sip my smoothie as I'm working out, and then I save about half of it, and I just finished working out. I'm gonna drink the other half, you know, at the end of the workout. So anyways, more to come for today. So I'm back from the gym having a little lunch. I'm having some leftover soup that my wife made the other night. This is actually called a superfood soup. It's actually unbelievable. It's just loaded with just all this delicious combination of vegetables. It has carrots, celery, onions, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, kale, curry powder. It's got full fat coconut milk. It has chickpeas. It's absolutely delicious, and it's so good for you. And so this is going to be lunch, just some leftover soup from last night. So I'm going to have this, and then I'm going to go for a run, and we'll move on to dinner. We're out getting in an afternoon run today. You know, I find that as I've been getting older, I actually do more cardio than when I was younger, for the simple reason that, you know, your metabolism does slow down, and honestly, I don't burn calories like I used to. But getting on a regular cardio schedule takes care of that. And that gets back to why it's so important to eat healthy and to eat whole foods, because if you want to be working out regularly and getting in cardio workouts, you have to have the energy to do it. And the way you get the energy is from sound, clean nutrition. Okay, back from my run, putting together a little dinner. This meal is an awesome meal, especially on a cold January evening. It's called a chickpea pasta soup. I love this recipe. So what I'm going to do first is I've chopped up some garlic, some celery, and some onions. I'm going to saute it on the stove. And once that gets all sauteed, what I do is I add in a couple containers of vegetable broth, a couple cans of chickpeas, a can of tomato sauce. And once that gets cooking in there, we're going to add in a couple boxes of gluten-free penny pasta, and then I add in a couple bundles of kale. I tear it up and I add it in, and I just let the whole thing simmer. It is absolutely delicious. It's called a chickpea pasta soup. Okay, so the chickpea pasta soup is all done. Here it is, the finished product. This is absolutely delicious, and it's just so full of vitamins and minerals. It's such a healthy dinner. Can't wait to dig in. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Bring On 60. This was episode 3. I'm trying to put out an episode one time a week, so I hope you've been following along, or I hope you will follow along. Leave me some questions. I'll get back to anybody who writes in. Leave me your comments about today's episode, about the food, about anything about the show in general. If there's anything on the show that you want to see, or questions that you have, or you'd like me to cover, just leave a comment and I'll do the best I can, okay? So until next week, this is Dr. Joe. Have a great week. Stay young, train hard.